Afternoon. Wanted to answer a question for you today, which is the one that I posted up in a few of the groups on my main news feed yesterday, regarding what you believe is the most important and most determinant limiting factor when it comes to achieving your body shape goals and your weight loss goals. So the 5 that I gave you to choose from were your genetic makeup, physiology, your physical exercise patterns, your mindset, and your nutrition. And I'm really chuffed to see, especially from the people that I've worked with for quite some time, that nutrition and mindset came up as the most favourite choices. So the ones that most people believed were the limiting factor. And I just wanted to kind of go over the 5 from my perspective to understand the rationale behind why those 2 I do believe are the biggest factors, and just so you understand why and what you need to be focusing on really to achieve your goals. So firstly, there's genetic makeup, and not many people do it these days, but there's been in the past some blame on people's genetics as to why they can't achieve the goals that they are striving for. And I think most people realise now that it's more to do with their actions and their choices than it is to do with their genes. It's not to say that we don't have different genetic limitations, but there are very few people who are really reaching their genetic potential. And with most of us just wanting to slim down and be relatively fit, that's way below our actual genetic potential. So it's very, very rare unless you're in a high achieving sport, you're an Olympic athlete or something like that you're actually anywhere near your genetic potential. So it's very rare that's our limiting factor for us as general minions anyway. Physiology, now that's a bit of it depends, and there can be issues where people have thyroid hormone imbalances, sex hormone imbalances such as estrogen dominance, and maybe gastrointestinal, so gut function issues that can affect your ability to lose weight and get into shape. But they are very specific to the individual, and they need to be addressed really. If you know, you can put your hand on your heart and say you know you're doing everything right to lose the weight that you want to lose, but are still unable to do it. And most people put their hand on their hearts and say, well, actually, yes, I'm doing most of it right, but I'm still drinking a bottle of wine at night, or I'm still diving into the couple of bars of chocolate every evening or something. So they can put their hand on their heart and know really what the reason is for them not shifting the weight. If, however, you are ticking all the boxes and you're still not, then a visit to the GP is needed to test that these physiological functions are working well, and that there isn't anything metabolically that's preventing you from losing the weight you want to. We then come to exercise pattern, and there are 2 elements here. There are structured exercise, the type of things that we do at Fit Mums, and there's the daily physical activity, and both of these are really important when it comes to achieving your weight goals. So you need to be exercising in a structured way at least a couple of times a week, if not more. Overtraining can be an issue, but if you're training 3 or 4 times a week, that's fine. That's what you should be doing. But also you need to be physically active the rest of the time. So those who go to an exercise class maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but are sitting on their bums the rest of the time, need to try and find ways to get more steps in the day. Going out for a walk in the evening, especially now the weather's nice. Parking, it sounds a bit crass, but parking far away from where you're wanting to go if you're going to town, so a further away park spot so you get more steps. Taking the stairs always instead of lifts, those daily steps, if we can get towards that 10,000 recommended steps on top of the structured exercise and a good nutrition plan, tick those 3 boxes and that's where the magic happens. So yes, exercise is important, it really is, and it has a world of health benefits, but exercise alone is not the answer, and it's often not the limiting factor. People believe it is, and people believe that the more exercise they do, the more they will achieve their perfect body, and they will get closer to it by doing that. And it certainly beats sitting on the sofa, but unless you've addressed the nutrition element, you won't get the desired results that you want. And then we come to the key 2, which really are the answer: mindset. All the knowledge in the world means nothing if you're not able to implement daily actions towards what you're trying to achieve. So you can know everything that there is possible to know about nutrition, yet if you're not able to put meal plans together, follow good nutrition principles, eat well most of the time, hydrate yourself well most of the time, control those cravings, or get away from the foods that you know are your undoings most of the time. I'm not saying you need to be perfect. Then that knowledge is useless because you're not able to put it into daily actions. And that often comes from our mindsets. It comes from our mindset of ourselves, our view of ourselves, and it comes from our mindset as our approach to our goals. Okay, so mindset is key. And lastly, and I believe the biggest factor when it comes to our limiting factors is our nutrition. Our nutrition is so important from so many aspects. There's not a single health marker, I don't believe, that's not affected when we start to improve our nutrition. It allows our body to function better, and it allows us to feel better so that we want to exercise. So it has a double whammy effect on our exercise and our daily activity pattern as well. And at the end of the day, if we are eating more calories, taking more calories in than we are expending, no matter how much exercise we do, then we won't be able to lose weight. And a few years ago it was put out there that a Zumba class would burn off thousands of calories in an hour, and it just doesn't happen. It's not realistic. So unless you're going to be spending every minute of your life exercising, you need to address the nutrition side as well. And even if you do exercise a lot and you therefore are eating a lot, it's the quality of the nutrition you're getting. So many functions in our body require a plethora of micronutrients, of vitamins and minerals, and we need to get that to improve our health as well as manage our weight. So for me, probably the largest determining factor is the nutrition. Mindset is certainly a close second, if not parallel with that. And then the other three are much lower down unless you have a significant physiological condition. So that's just my two penneth, quite an educated two penneth, I hope you'll agree. But I just wanted you to, for those of you who believe that exercise is the answer, it's such a key element, it really is, and it benefits our health in so many ways. But if you're addressing the exercise and you're not addressing the nutrition, then you're missing a big part of the jigsaw. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.